What's up, fam and Neverlander kiddos? Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about my newest purchase, this 2014 Yamaha Bolt. Alright, so first thing first, why did I choose the Yamaha Bolt over any other motorcycle that's out there on the market right now? Well, it sort of starts with a story. I was on the highway and I heard this bike go blasting by me, and I looked over to the side and I saw this emblem, the Bolt emblem. And I had never heard of a Yamaha Bolt prior to this. I was looking at motorcycles over the last couple years, trying to determine what I was going to buy. I previously owned a Honda Shadow that I converted to a bobber, and I loved that bike. And after seeing this bike, I was reminded a little bit, it kind of has the bobber look. It's a little more custom than just a Harley 883 or a 1200. Obviously, this bike looks a lot like a Sportster. That being said, I'm sure you're already probably wondering, well, why wouldn't you just buy a Harley, dude? And it's simple. This bike comes with a lot more. And I'm of the variety of, I don't care what the name of the bike says, as long as you're riding and you're having fun, that's what matters. And besides, everybody has a Harley, man. I want to stand out. I feel like this thing really kind of, fits my personality. So after reading up on the Yamaha Bolt, I came across a couple videos on YouTube. And oddly enough, I came across this video by Do It With Dan, who's got way more subscribers than I'll probably ever have, where he compares this exact bike. I purchased this bike from Wow Motorcycles Marietta, and that's where he compared this bike against an 883 and a 1200. And when I looked up Wow Motorcycles and found that they still had this bike in stock, my jaw dropped, and I was able to go in and with those guys worked out an awesome deal. So definitely check out the video Dan did. I'll put a link in the description below. And if you're in the Georgia area, check out Wow Motorcycles. They've got a lot of awesome used bikes in stock. There, I did a plug. How do you like that? All right, so enough gabbing at the jaw, man. Let's get this thing out on the road, and I'll talk more about why I love this bike. Okay, so first things first, I can't believe I waited as long as I did to buy a bike living in the state of Georgia. There are so many amazing places to ride, and it is such a beautiful state. If you live in Georgia, you have to own a motorcycle. So let me start with this here, the speedometer. Dan talks about this in his video. It is a little bit hard to see. I don't know if there's a tint on the glass, or maybe, from the way the sunlight hits it, or maybe the way the sunlight's not hitting it, but it is sort of hard to see. But that's my only complaint about the bike. So let's start with that, I guess. Of course, I realize that I'm in the newlywed phase here. I love the bike. There's not anything outside of the speedometer that I have any complaints about. I will do another wrap-up video after owning the bike for about 6 months. But man, so far, I cannot believe the consistency in this bike. It rides amazing. It feels good. It's fun to ride. I get tons of looks. A lot of people, I think, want to know what the hell this thing is. Oh, here's something cool I want to point out to you guys, and it has nothing to do with the bike. This house right here, that's Julio Jones' house. Who's Julio Jones? Atlanta Falcons, no big deal. My friends on the West Coast are probably not going to like this, but Julio's a reason why I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. We never really had a football team in California. I mean, unless you consider the Oakland Raiders. Nobody likes San Francisco. Sorry, Raiders fans. Please don't stab me. But I digress. Back to the bike. overall, how do I feel about this bike? I give it a 10 out of 10, but like I said, I mean, I'm in the newlywed phase. I love the bike. I think it's fun to ride. I've never owned a Yamaha. And look, if you're contemplating getting a bike, whether it's a Harley, a Honda, or even a Husqvarna, whatever you're contemplating on getting, just make sure it fits your personality. Make sure it's something that you're happy with. I'm one of those guys that every time I buy something, I make a major purchase, I immediately regret it. Every single time. But let me state this, I don't regret this purchase in the least, man. I am so stoked on this bike that I highly recommend it to anybody that's looking for anything of this sort. With all that being said, if you're considering buying a new bike or you ride yourself, be careful out there. There's a lot of people staring at their phones while you're riding around. And if you want more information about the Yamaha Bolt, don't hesitate to check out Dan's video and smash that like button if you enjoyed this one.